What's up, people? This is Elder Tentry.
This is Nabgeta.
And today we're going to be talking about two video games that recently came out. One that's taken the entire world by storm, and the other that kind of
fell apart halfway through.
Halfway?
Yeah, halfway.
Halfway. All right. Mighty No.9 and Pokemon Go. First, we're going to start out with Mighty No.9. I was excited about this game.
I was somewhat excited about this game.
Because of the fact that it was a Kickstarter game and it involved some of the original Mega Man team, I was really excited. First few trailers that came out, I was like, okay, this is going to look dope. But am I really going to spend my money on this? And then when they told us what it was going to have and then more trailers came out that sell shit.
Very promising to be a successor, at least. That's what it started out to be.
And then fast forward to now, and
it's more Remember Mega Man than being a successor to Mega Man.
Well, from what I've seen being played, it's more like, Remember Mega Man? Remember Mega Man?
I showed you the beginning of Mighty No.9.
Of Mighty No.9.
And then I showed you the beginning to Mega Man X.
That was almost beat for beat the same.
Almost exactly the same thing.
It was so sad how they were just trying to make you remember.
Which, I guess for some people, that's probably what they wanted. But for a lot of others, they kind of just wanted, well, for me at least, I want, hints. Remember Mega Man.
Yeah,
not bashing over your face, remember Mega Man.
Was right where Mega Man was when this happened, and this happened here. I'm like, the settings look exactly the same, except it's cell shaded.
The very first stage looks like they just copied and pasted.
And just cell shaded it a little bit and added some modern animation, and then that was it. The voice acting is decent.
It's all right.
It's like that of a old Saturday morning cartoon, but it's still okay.
I wish they chose between either they're talking with their they weren't really talking with their 3D models, but either using the 3D models in the cutscenes or using 2D still images. If they went
Those
with
still
pure
images look like puppets.
If they went with pure still images and not 3D models not moving,
they look like really bad puppets, man. It was just
you had all types of comments for how stiff the president was moving in that quote-unquote cutscene.
Because
completely skippable, but it's there.
What? But the cutscene is within the gameplay. Why don't you just have a short cutscene that leads into the gameplay, and then we just go along with the game? Now, what about the overall mechanics? Because you played this on Steam.
Yeah, I play it on Steam because that's what I mostly use. That's my main platform.
That's your go-to.
I play everything, but I mostly play on PC. No, I honestly didn't finish the game, but I played as much as the game. I played through almost all the stages, and just didn't really seem that much fun. After a while, it seemed tedious and kind of like a chore, and that's not what I want when I'm playing a game like that. The music seemed forgettable. I mean, look at Shovel Knight. That was love letter to games gone by.
Oh my god!
And similar people who made Mighty No.9's music made
Shovel Knight's music. And I want the entire soundtrack for Shovel Knight. I'm just saying, I want the entire soundtrack right now in my computer. I'm going to be playing it in the background. I want everything.
I'm about to make Treasure Knight's stage theme my new ringtone.
Right?
Yeah.
And that was just, you're right. That was a love letter to games that came before it. This was sort of a, see, we can do it too. No real originality.
It was part of the big three: Shovel Knight, Mighty No.9, and Shantae Half Hero Genie, which is still yet to come out.
I just okay. How long did Mighty No.9 take to come out? Took about 4 years.
Took a while for it to come out.
After
because
it already
all three went up on Kickstarter roughly around the same time.
And this one exceeded its overall goal in a matter of days?
Probably hours. I don't remember the exact details.
And even with that budget, it felt like a kid could have created this.
Oh, yeah. They went, I think, $4 million.
And it just And not to say it was 100% bad. It's a waste of money. It's just you could have done more. But yeah,
I wanted to like this game. I mean, I
and I
didn't
did
hold
too.
any judgment until I actually had it in my hands and
Right,
I was playing it. Like,
right.
I purposely avoided reviews and everything because it was up for a little bit by the time I got to play it.
Where I actually saw a couple of reviews and I was like I was skeptical because I was really excited about this game. I hadn't been excited about a platformer game in years because I don't really play games as much as I used to.
Well, let's talk about getting it. It was kind of exciting. I mean, it has its own issues.
Yeah,
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go is just nostalgia turned up to 13.
I mean, well, basically, for a lot of people our age, Pokemon came up when we were kids, and that's what we
Yeah,
wanted to do.
we wanted
So
to
now that
actually
we're
catch
in our 30s, we're able to go outside and catch Pokemon.
in the real world.
Sometimes.
Now we know, all right,
Because of those crashes.
because there are
Be
crashes. There are crashes, and at one point it was eating up my battery like crazy.
Oh, it's always good. It eats up everyone's battery. That's why people walk around with battery banks in their pockets.
But when I first heard that it launched, I didn't download it right away until.
Oh, no, I was with someone that was like waiting, like refreshing the store every few minutes, and then as soon as they say it's out, I downloaded it because I was the first person to tell them that it was coming out because I saw a video of someone in Australia getting it first,
Right.
and then I was like, it's supposed to be out roughly around the same time, and they just kept refreshing the store waiting for it to appear.
I remember being on Facebook just reading the news about it, and then one of our friends said that it was out already. I'm like, really? So, and then you were like, hey, you should download this and check it out, see what it's like, so we can talk about it. So I did, and immediately it just brought me back to the first time I played Red and Blue. Because when I first played Red and Blue, I played Blue first. I got it from my sister, and I played it more than she did, and it just brought me back to those days. It brought me back to the day where my cousin would bring his Game Boy Color, and we would just be playing Pokemon back and forth to the point where teachers would get mad, because it took over the entire school.
Well, you had to have the Game Boys out in the clear open.
Yep.
And you had to have them connected by a link cable, so that made it even more obvious that you weren't doing anything.
No, but
not like today where you could like stealthily trade with your friend using your 3DS, just like trading and battling without being caught because it's completely wireless.
Yeah,
and it's not as bulking as the original Game Boy. That thing needed 4 AA batteries. But anywho, going back to Pokemon Go.
We just went on a nostalgia trip, but yeah, the immersion of it.
If you choose to immerse, I mean, I keep AR off.
Yeah,
because it saves on battery.
Right. I just love walking around like out my house and seeing what's out there. Because even though where I live, there's not a lot of in the way of Pokestops. When the Pokestop thing started happening, I'm like, at least we can go back to the same one.
Downtown, we got a lot downtown. We got 2 near what we call mall.
Right.
And I've taken over a couple of gyms.
I have yet to take over
a short period of time.
I've been working like crazy lately. I haven't had the time. I've been able to catch Pokemon. I've been able to transfer them. I've been able to train them, but I haven't been able to really, battle like I want to. And I hope that the new updates that they implement after a while will change
it's kind of disappointing that trading isn't there day one. Since that's like a core feature of Pokemon.
I would say that the egg hatching is a little like you gotta put it in an incubator. I mean, it doesn't bother me as much, but at the same time, I wish it was more like the original games where it was just
because then you'd be hatching a bunch, and that's part of the microtransactions to buy temporary incubators, which. If you have the patience, you can just use your infinite incubator all you want, and you get free temporary ones the more you level. So
right, and it's just really dope. I at first when I first started playing the game, you suggested play at Kineticon, and I had it on me basically while I was waiting in lines. I was catching Pokemon because it was really easy to find, like a Zubat or a Hypno or a Clefairy was all over the place.
All right. So what level are you now?
Currently, I'm at level 6. I haven't really
I'm at level 15.
played as much. Show off. I haven't really played as much as I'd like, mostly because when I get home, that's not the first thing I want to do. When I'm walking to work, that's the first thing I want to do.
When you're walking places, that's when
Yeah.
you really want to play. Stay alert. I mean, I can stay alert and do that.
Word. But honestly, okay. So there's been a lot of good about it, and there's been a lot of bad about it. The good,
Like anything popular, there's going to be some bad.
ups and downs.
Because
The
people
scales.
can't help but just find bad.
Right. Especially if you are say you're a little older, but even the older generation, some of them are enjoying this. They're using Pokemon Go as therapy for kids and mental disabilities. They're using it to find. Now they're about to use it to find dates. People are forming communities,
socializing, walking around, exercising
more from a Pokemon game, whereas before you would sit down with your Game Boy or your DS and play it in your house. It's giving you
hours of the night.
Yeah, it's giving you more incentive, I should say, to go outside.
It's also bringing people to some weird places. Like there's in this area where we live, there's a graveyard that has like a decent amount of Pokestops in it. And the more people late at night have been like walking around that graveyard doing laps, getting as many Pokestops because they reset every 5 minutes.
So they just want to get more Pokeballs and more items for free, and that's pretty smart. Whereas I gotta go to the post office and back.
Kind of. I mean, they are going into a
graveyard. Yeah, graveyard. That's kind of weird.
In the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Where people wouldn't have been otherwise.
No. And for those who blame the game for certain things, let's just keep in mind that the game's not making you do anything. It's your choice whether to catch that Pokemon on the other side of the street. Or
it's your choice to trespass into someone's backyard to catch a Dragonite.
So even though that's a high ranking Pokemon, I'd rather catch the smaller ones first and then have them evolve. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I can understand why people want the points, but I'm not gonna risk my life just to catch a Pokemon. I'm not gonna do that.
So, what's your final thoughts on these two games that we've been playing? Well, I've been playing.
So far, I love the immersion for Pokemon Go. I love the nostalgia trip it gets you on, and I love the fact that it's helping people become more social and more active. As far as Mighty No.9, I just wish it had more originality.
I wish I had more of its own identity. Also, I wish the music was more memorable. It's an alright game. The mechanics are pretty solid, but like the level designs and the music are forgettable after you're done with them. And sometimes when you go through a frustrating bit, and once it's done, you're like, well, that's done. And then sometimes you're on to the next frustrating bit.
Yeah, I hope that I don't know if they're ever going to revamp it or maybe make a sequel. Maybe they'll put more of their own ideas into it. I know you wanted to make basically Mega Man Next Generation. Right,
which they try to do. I wish they went better.
But I think it would be better if you were to.
Hopefully the next, not reimagining, spiritual successor that I'm looking forward to, Ukulele. Hopefully that goes over better. If that's not already, I have no idea.
Hopefully. So that's just our thoughts. They're not full reviews. They're just our thoughts as of right now playing these two games. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below, and which one do you, as far as Pokemon Go, which team are you on? What are some of your favorite Pokemon? As far as Mighty No.9, can you see yourself playing the whole way through? Have you played the whole way through? And what do you think about it overall? Let us know.
Yep. Well, I'm Nabgeta.
I'm Elder Tenchi. And we will see you on the next video. Peace. Love, and never be normal.
Okay. Pow!